Hi, I'm Douglas Estes, Associate Professor of Religion at New College.
And I'm Alicia Mercado-Harvey, Assistant Professor of History, Portuguese, and Spanish at New College.
And hi, I am Leymis Wilmott, Artistic Director and co-founder of Sarasota Contemporary Dance, and also dance instructor, artist in residence here at New College of Florida.
So welcome, Leymis. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And, you've been associated with New College for a good long, 20 years?
About 19 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So you've seen the whole transformation of New College?
Yes, I've been here through a lot of change. And people ask me, you're still at New College? I said, absolutely. I'm here for the students.
Fantastic. So I want to ask you a little bit about, what you do at New College. You're an instructor of dance and residence and artist, right, at New College. So what do you teach here? Dance, but what kind of dance?
Yes, the beautiful thing, because I've been here over a decade, almost now 2 decades, I've had the opportunity to really equip our students with a variety of dance styles, as well as choreography classes, as well as internships with, I have a nonprofit, like I mentioned, Sarasota Contemporary Dance. So it's been really beautiful to be able to evolve what I teach, so it doesn't have to be stagnant. It doesn't have to be the same every semester. The students and I build relationships. Now, as we know, we have a theater, dance, and performance studies. So also their voices are really important to be like, okay, well, maybe we need a tap class because we need these students to have that skill set when they go in for auditions. Okay, well, maybe we should provide a choreography class because not only do we have Dance Collective, which is a student-led club, we also have students of ours that want to learn how to choreograph a solo for maybe an audition. So I've taught so many different. Recently, I've been bringing back a class called Body Toolkit because I taught it last semester and it was a really hard class to get in. It got full really quick. And then there was no spaces for theater and dance and performance study students because the athletes started taking it. So now we're offering that pretty ongoing every semester because a lot of the athletes want to take the class. It's conditioning based. And we want to make sure that they're having time to restorative stretches and stuff for our athletes as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great. So when you think of yourself in dance, what is your area of specialty or like your favorite dance?
I think my area of specialty right now in the season I'm in is building other people up in this art form. I love training dancers, but not necessarily from just a technical perspective. I really see the whole person. And I want them obviously to be able to express themselves with their bodies. So giving them tools to do that, but also for them to gain skills of problem solving, collaboration. How can they, if they have an idea, how do they develop that idea so then they can present it? So I'm really in the business of building people up right now. But my specialty, obviously, I'm a contemporary dance artist. Okay. So what's happening now, contemporary art is a reflection of our times. And my company is, we're not in, I don't like to be put in a box. We're a company that collaborate with different artists in our community. So you might come to see a show that has a funk band on stage. And then you might come to see a show where we have, like we're doing this season, Ann Hobson Pilot, which is a harpist. And it's inspired by Argentine tango, Piazzolla music. So it's such a range. And my company members are also so different as artists as well. And I always like to use the expression of like my dance company is also a canvas, and we all have different palettes and different colors. And when we work together, we create this beautiful masterpiece. So not one color is the same as the next. And that's how my dancers, they're such diverse and beautiful humans, and also just beautiful dancers, artists that we're able to create some really good art together.
Great. So when we think about, and you mentioned the eclectic nature of your approach right now. And one thing I find is interesting is that New College of Florida is unique because we are a public liberal arts college. And so dance seems to be yet another extension of the liberal arts. How does dance fit within the liberal arts?
Well, I mean, I definitely feel that in the liberal arts, talking within that context, absolutely. I mean, it's a way of expressing yourself, and you can also be very intentional and maybe be very narrow in like your training. Like we have some students that definitely want to do improvisational work, and then so we can make sure that we equip them so they can do in that skill sets. Or if there's a student that really wants to collaborate with music or visual art or with biology, we've had students that have done their thesis inspired by water and nature and the ecosystem, and being able to be a small college that has those opportunities for collaboration and building relationships, I think makes us unique, but also allows us to really create and craft a curriculum that really serves the individual.
Great. I'm going to steal one of your questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite class? Do you have a favorite class?
I do not have a favorite class, but I do have a couple that I can talk on. There was a class that I co-taught with Professor Peter Cook from the neuroscience. Oh. And it was a class that we brought in participants from the Parkinson's Place for all movement disorders. Oh. I helped start a program there called Dance for Parkinson's over 10 years ago. So having that exchange and community building with that class and really bringing in the neuroscience and be from like a body perspective and the benefits of that for not only Parkinson's, people living with Parkinson's, but also even our students being able to participate, embodying that practice and also understanding the effects that it has on the brain and on the body. And one of the accumulations of that course that we taught, we presented in Cook, and we had our friends from Parkinson's Place come, and we had students of ours come, and we had this multi-generational exchange. I got to lead a movement class with both students and Parkinson participants, and then students were able to also share of their research and the findings. They got to interview some of the people living with Parkinson's, and it was a beautiful exchange with a community partner.
So tell us a little bit about why you got involved in Parkinson's.
So when I was in high school, one of my friends got in a car accident, and through that process of encouraging you to come back to the studio and rehearse, and we worked on a duet that was choreographed by one of our fellow students, and she came back on the stage, and we were choreographing, and she didn't have her prosthetic leg, and then at the end of the dance she did, and she does this dramatic walking across, and just being part of that process with her and witnessing how anyone can dance no matter what, it really kind of planted the seed of this idea of who dances, who are in these spaces, who's allowed to dance. And it started just reminding me of even growing up and how in family parties, people of all different shapes and sizes dance. It didn't look one way. And I'm like, okay, why do I dance? Why do I love to dance? And then so now looking forward, my mother-in-law was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And one of the things we realized was that she might not go to her doctor's appointment, but she would show up at my dance shows. And that was one of the few things that she would actually want to do. And one of the things with Parkinson's is there's the masking on the face. There's the kind of not able to reach your hand. So being in public spaces is maybe really hard to do. And so I got approached with Parkinson's Place. I guess my name kind of kept circling around of someone that teaches in the community to, all different abilities at that time. I was in the Senior Friendship Center. I was doing things with schools with kids with special needs. So they approached me and said, hey, we're having this facility. We would love to have a dance class. And I said, not yet, because at that time we were caregivers for my mother-in-law. But shortly after she passed away, I approached them and I said, I'm ready. And it was part of the healing process for me. And it was a way to give back to the community. And I really came from a place of, lived experience. So I really understood the caregivers that would come, and I would encourage the caregivers to also participate in the class. And I saw the benefits of what I do in the studio with professional dancers also now with people living with Parkinson's. The same principles are the same. We build community through dance. we inspire, we encourage, we hold each other accountable, and we get to be creative and we get to make art together. And it's a form of expression. Even when you can't speak, you can understand through our bodies what's happening. We can tell stories through our bodies. So I just really realized that it's such a powerful tool to have, and giving people agency of the tool of their body became a big drive for me. And purpose-driven, really.
It's interesting you did this with Peter Cook, because, you know, this is all backed up by science, what you're saying.
Yes,
I mean, that dance has a very powerful healing effect on people. And so for therapeutical things, you know, it's great to explore more, you know.
I mean, we know as we move our bodies, you know, if you're thinking, and then you release stress, like it just happens. You feel better. If you sweat a little bit, you feel better. But being able to do it in a community setting, a safe space, that's why I feel like dance has thrived on campus. You know, because they might be studying sociology or biology, or they're a chemist, or they're a mathematician, but they're able to come into the dance class, and right away, I say there's no expectations. Some people have never stepped foot into a dance class, or they did when they were little, and they have this really negative kind of relationship, and like you know, insecure of like their body and the self-image kind of thing going on, and they walk into my class, and I'm like, we're going to have a good time. These people are going to hold you accountable. I hope that you're here at 9 o'clock in the morning, like you're supposed to, ready to move. But they all feel better. And then we also have this semester, we're doing dance on campus. So we're getting the students that are participating in dance classes are going to perform. So it was interesting to see, we'll have the same numbers. Will students still be interested? And we did. We have we have a class that is contemporary dance and performance that will be performing now in November, as well as our tap and jazz class.
Yeah. When is the performance? Tell us about that.
The dates are the weekend of November 15th. I will give you the exact dates now. There are 4 opportunities to see. November 13th, November 14th, November 15th, and November 16th. And that's at the Black Box Theater.
Fantastic. Don't miss that.
On campus here.
On campus, we'll be highlighting choreography by artists from Sarasota Contemporary Dance. So 4 pieces are set by professional artists. And then there'll be 2 student choreographed pieces that I've been mentoring. One is a duet and the other one's a solo. So also providing that opportunity for those students that desire to choreograph.
Great. So before we go, we have another exciting event happening that we're co-organizing. So, you know, I just wanted to ask you to tell everybody about our event that's going to happen in October 19th.
Yes.
4 to 8.
Yes. We're calling it Sunday Fiesta. And this is something I think dear to our hearts, to be able to share about our Hispanic and Latin cultures on campus and really highlight those students that maybe can either talk about their homeland, can share stories. So part of the event will start inside the library from 4 to 5, and encouraging even creative writing students to share. And it'll be a little bit more intimate. We also will have food provided as well. And then from 5 to 8, we'll be outside in kind of like that courtyard area. We'll have a DJ, and we're going to have different dance styles being presented. So there'll be classes. So like Natasha from Bachata Fuego will be doing a salsa and bachata demonstration. So she'll perform, like do a mini performance, and then also instruct a class, as well as there's SCDE, which is Sarasota Contemporary Dance Ensemble, our Sarasota Contemporary Dance training company, which will present a work that I choreographed that is inspired by Cuban rumba. And then there'll also be...
there will be a tango class by VA Tango, which are local dance instructors from Sarasota. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun stuff, and we're going to have open dancing from 7:15 on. So we invite everybody to come to this event, because we used to have this Hispanic Heritage event a long time ago, right?
I did once, like over a decade ago.
Exactly. So we're bringing it back. We're hoping to have this as a permanent yearly thing. So please come and support us. We're going to have, like we said, food. We're going to have dance classes, and students sharing creative writing at the library in pieces that they've done. You know, I did a creative writing workshop. They're going to be sharing from that, and also from our creative writing program, Hispanic students that they have. So we have all that, and then the best part will be the party, right? That's why it's called fiesta.
And there's an open dance party.
Exactly, from 7:15 and on. So, people from the community are welcome to come and join us, and everybody at the community of New College.
Yeah, we have DJ Kareem.
Yes, DJ Kareem. We have a fantastic flyer done by one of our students. Yeah. So, it's going to be a really fun afternoon, evening.
Great. Date and time again.
October 19th from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and probably a little after 8.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you have any questions, just email us and let
And
us
it's
know.
at the library. Did we say that? I don't
Yes,
remember.
it's at the library. Yeah, the readings is at the library 4 to 5, and the rest is going to be at the courtyard right outside where the bell tower is, right?
Yes.
So, if you want information, send us an email, but also follow us on social media. All the information is going to be there. So well, it was great having you, Leymis.
Oh, thank you so much
Yeah, for sure.
asking me to come to the Conversation podcast. I love it.
Of
Yeah,
course.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and we'll see you all next week. Have a great week, and we'll see you next podcast. It's like they really want to mess with us, don't they?
We're going to do bloopers right now. Bloopers.
Bloopers, right?
Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, we have a shower of debris.